Welcome to the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast. Strangle your demons and let's go.
Y'all need Jesus!
Welcome to the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast. This is Eric Hellberg, your host. And you know around here, we are like Einstein, not in brain power, but that we have no special talents. We are just passionately curious. We're passionately curious about all things men. How in the hell did we get here, and where is it that we want to and or attempting to go on this journey together? Man, it is a beautiful day. I have so much inspiration that guys have passed on to me. I'm ready to get it with you, man. I was thinking about the Alan Parsons Project, that song, Eye in the Sky. It's almost hypnotic. It just draws you in. And suffer with me, if you will. I am the eye in the sky, maker of rules. I can read your mind. Can you imagine if we could read everyone's mind? It would be so much easier to circumnavigate relationships, our interactions with those around us. All we can really get a handle on is what is going on inside of us, and how do we control that. Externally, there's really no control. But can we really control ourselves under the weights and pressures of life? Kind of like that steam in the Instapot whereby we cook a lot of family meals. Something has to get released. And what form does that take for you? That got me pondering the subject of addiction. We are all addicted to something. What is it for you? Is it food? Is it sex? Is it adulation? Is that addictive process born from the fact that we didn't receive something, therefore we grasp for something else? Are you addicted to your job, your performance, your work? Are you simply addicted to action, lack of activity? You have to always have something going on? Yes, this is the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast, whereby my mantra is, when you find yourself in the middle of chaos, embrace it and become comfortable. On the flip side of that, in the addictive process, I would say our internal environment has us feeling very uncomfortable. Therefore, we reach for something to diminish that chaos. So again, I ask you, what is it for you? I'll tell you what it has been for me. My family and my friends know, I like a little Copenhagen. Really what I like is a product called Black Buffalo. I've also been addicted to work, performance, validation. Those are all things I've had to explore. But perhaps even more sinister, I would say that I have been addicted to emotional withdrawal. Now, some of that's masculine. We need to sit back, ponder, think. I don't know how many young men are taught to be emotionally fit, ready to fight in the emotional realm. So I've had a tendency in my life, and it's been pervasive, not just a tendency, that when I am overwhelmed emotionally, I withdraw. Where that becomes problematic is around your loved ones, especially if they're in a time of need. Let's go one step further. I would even venture to say that we can become so comfortable in the chaos that our life has become that is our addiction. Whatever neurochemical hormonal cocktail flows through our body, we receive it, we need it, and we become addicted to that feeling, so much so, even if it's horrific, that we will not allow ourselves to get out of it. And that's when we fall into the victim role. We point the finger, we want to assign blame, and we say, I'm only doing this because of this, or he or she did that, or they've done this to me and that keeps me from doing this. But ultimately, though, if we're past our childhood, we're adults, we're allowing this to occur. And that's where all these addictions manifest themselves. I'm going to reach out to a buddy of mine. His name's Matt. And he is I'm not going to say a pioneer in this field, but he has definitely taken the ball and dribbled it on down the court a long, long way. And he has helped countless men. I'm going to bring him on this show sometime down the road, and we're going to do a Zoom interview, and we're going to talk through a lot of these issues. We are simply talking about men. We all want to be something. We all need to be something. That is the process. And is it congruent with your current life? Do all the pieces fit together? Since my audience knows that I am not the master of linear thought, let's go to my old buddy Mark Twain. The more I read of Mark Twain, the more of a genius I think he is. Mark Twain said that everybody is a moon. It has a light side, but it also has a dark side. A dark side which he is not willing to let anybody see. That sounds really ominous. It really does. Oftentimes I believe that's just simply our imperfections. Could be things we're not proud about. Could be things we've buried in our past. However, the only way to bring those into the light is to grab a hold of them, pull them up, let them be exposed, examine them, and move forward. Let's keep flowing with Mark Twain down the Mississippi. Man, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, what a great adventure. In a previous message you heard me say, why would someone want to climb Mount Everest? That's not it for me. But certainly as a boy, heck, even now, I would consider that a great adventure, to float up and down the Mississippi River. What great adventures have you missed out on that you need to go back and recapture? What are some of them that you would like to undertake right now? And what is keeping you in the position of follower as opposed to a leader? Because of your perceived circumstances, and a lot of times that is just perception. Have you subjugated yourself? Have you allowed yourself to get into a prison? You can be free and still enslaved. You don't have to be behind bars to still live in a box. I am here to tell you that I have been in all of these places. I'm no different than any of you guys out there. Remember, we said we all have the same needs. I believe that goes all the way back to episode 1. The key to all that is the expression of those. What we're going to do, and we're going to develop this in our next episode, we're going to talk about leadership, service, all those attributes, and what that truly means. But for now, man, I'm going to leave you with your contact cement, your spoon, and your raincoat. And we are going to start digging when the watchful eyes are not on us. And we are going to escape from Alcatraz. Until next time, I bid you bon voyage, my burgeoning flock. This is your host, Eric Hellberg, and we're going to rise up like Eye of the Tiger next time on the Comfortable in Chaos podcast.
Until next time, like and subscribe to the Comfortable in Chaos